Former Senator Jim Talent. Jim, I got to cover two things with you quickly this morning. I wrote a column in the Washington Post, it'll be on the landing page later, about how important it is for Mitch McConnell to be majority leader in order to save the judiciary from radicals. Am I right?
Oh, absolutely. Because I think he's proven he knows how to handle the confirmation process in a way that will benefit the courts and the people. I think he's the best majority leader we've had since Bob Dole, and probably as good or better than Bob Dole. So, I couldn't agree more.
Now, but the ability to bottle up the most radical President-elect Biden nominees in judiciary is what I write about. And that is legitimate, and I think that's going to happen if the leader remains in control.
Yeah, I think so, too. As a matter of fact, what will happen, I think they'll work into a situation where Biden doesn't nominate. In other words, it constrains a little bit who he nominates in the first place, if it's handled correctly. And I think Lindsey Graham will handle it correctly. So you're right. And I think it will also ensure the kind of searching examination we need of some of these executive branch appointees, in particular in foreign policy. And I loved your questions to Mike Gallagher. I wish we could have had the answers.
Yeah.
But I like the questions. Hey, can I just
That's where I was going next.
I would ask Tony Blinken. Here's the question I would ask Tony Blinken. And I would say, look, if you don't answer this question correctly or answer it intelligently, I'm not voting for you. And it's this, okay? How can you continue the Abraham Accords unless constraining Iran is your top priority in the Middle East? How can you constrain Iran without the sanctions? And how can you continue the sanctions if you reinstate the JCPOA? And I'd say if you don't answer that question, and I don't mean a lot of gobbledygook, okay, I'm not voting for you, because I'm not voting for somebody who's going to scrap the most successful Middle Eastern policy in 20 years just because it was Donald Trump's policy. And it's as simple as that.
Do you think there's a danger they will reject? I mean, it's a huge breakthrough. The Abraham Accords are the most significant development in the Middle East in 40 years.
Right. And at least since the end of the collapse of the talks at the end of the Clinton administration, at least 20, and you're right, probably 40 years. I think there is, because they said they want to reimpose the JCPOA, and you can't do that without lifting the sanctions. And if you lift the sanctions, the whole coalition falls apart. I mean, I think at best we become irrelevant in the Middle East at that point.
What about the F-35s to the United Arab Emirates, Jim Talent? I think that is a critical part of the whole mosaic of what's going on.
Yes. I mean, the broader strategic issue here is that what Trump did was reconstruct the partnership with the Gulf states, as well as Jordan, Egypt, and of course, Israel, on the basis of which the Middle East is managed and we can have some kind of peace in the Middle East. So you have to sustain that partnership, which, includes the UAE, and that includes appropriate kinds of sales of arms, et cetera. It's all part of a broader strategy,
Jim,
which
can we
Obama
do this?
scrapped when he did the JCPOA.
Remember the FDR Churchill destroyer deal? Remember what we did there? Can the United States fly however many F-35s we currently have in the inventory to UAE, let them take delivery of those, and then back order what we need?
Well, yeah, I think they could probably find a way to do this, but the issue is, if you have an incoming administration that's going to be hostile to the underlying strategy, on the basis of which we have this policy, the policy's in trouble. I mean, this is why you have to, during the confirmation process, ask Tony Blinken. You have to push him hard on this. And it's not partisanship. It's just, if they're going to dump this policy just because it was Trump's policy, okay, then we don't need him as Secretary of State. I would really push hard on that issue, and it'll matter if Jim Risch is the chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee.
Now, I understand your point of view, but I want to go back because I'm an incrementalist. I think it matters to deterring Iran a lot if those F-35s get to UAE.
Sure.
Has it ever happened that we've just taken inventory that we possess? I mean, the Air Force will go nuts, right? Everyone will go crazy if we take 40 F-35s out of the inventory, but we can replace them if they get there, right?
Well, one question I would ask you, I mean, in order to answer that, on the legal issue, I don't know whether all the T's have been crossed and the I's have been dotted legally. We don't always sell the same variants. There are some things that we withhold, even from countries like Japan, as you know. So I just don't know whether our inventory F-35s are the kind we intend to sell to UAE. I don't know whether what all the legalities are and whether they can get them all done before the end of the year.
You know, to me, it's so vital to keep the Abraham Accord alliance together. There's a reason Netanyahu went and saw the Crown Prince with Mike Pompeo. I mean, it's amazing.
It's an incredible breakthrough, and it occurred because Trump understood that you could get a Middle Eastern peace without, and he knew the Palestinians were never going to come to an agreement because they didn't want an agreement. And so he plowed around them, as Lincoln might have said, right? He negotiated instead with the Gulf states, and that was based on their constraint, their strong policy to constrain Iran, and their strong policy to reduce the international isolation of Israel. And we have to continue both. And the incoming Secretary of State needs to be asked about both. And he needs to go on the record with a real answer.
Well said, Jim Talent.
Rubio,
very well said.
Cruz,
I'm sure members of the Foreign Relations Committee are listening, and we'll follow up on that. I appreciate your joining me. Happy Thanksgiving. Coming right back with the National Security Advisor, America, Robert O'Brien, in the next hour of the